Whew, alrighty. After a while, that feels like just an hour. The Apple September event is over, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to break down the event. We're going to talk about everything that Apple discussed and a lot of things they didn't discuss. And I just realized we're going to have a huge October or November event whenever they're going to release it. So let's not waste any time. What is going on, everybody? Michael here. Welcome back to a live episode of Technoid. And as promised, we are going to recap the September event. We're going to take a look at everything that Apple has unveiled. We are just waiting for them to update their store, which I believe they are done and ready to go. So I think they are all set now. So let's not waste any more time. Let me just make a quick announcement, everyone. Make sure, if you have not already, follow me on Twitter at Technoid12 so you do not miss when I upload and miss when I give you any notifications regarding my show. Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about the September event. So the September event, as you know, just happened. It ended, and we're going to discuss everything that Apple talked about. Here is their homepage. I'm going to expand it for you guys to see. We will, of course, take a look at the products in details. But as you know, every year their events feel more and more similar. And this year I couldn't help but feel the sense of deja vu. Also, by the way, I'm going to put the live chats here so we can see when you guys comment. Seeing we've already got a few people excited for the iPhone 13 Pro. We also have a few users excited for the iPad mini. I'll discuss which ones I am excited for. So let's start off with the first thing they talked about at the event, which was their streaming service. So the first thing up was, of course, streaming. Now, they talked about Apple TV Plus and upcoming events and upcoming shows. And one of the things I keep noticing that Apple keeps doing is they keep, for some reason, and I'm not taking a shot here, but like Billie Eilish, for some reason, they keep going all in on Billie Eilish. And me, I'm not the biggest fan of Billie Eilish. They made documentaries, they've done live concerts and stuff. It's not my cup of tea, but I guess Apple sees money in that. But then they, of course, talked about the iPads. Now, taking a look at the iPads, Apple really kind of reinvented the wheel. Now, the iPad page is still taking a while, so we're just going to click through here. Starting with the iPad mini, this was one of the few things we knew Apple was going to do going in from the start. We knew that Apple was going to feature the new iPad. We knew all about that. And we knew that the Mini was going to get the redesign, and it basically just looked like the renders that I had discussed in my episode of Technoid. Now, taking a look at it from the bare, in terms of the specs and in terms of the size, let's take a look at the list here. It comes in space gray. You can also change it to pink. You've also got purple, which I actually think the purple looks really nice, and starlight, which is gold, and also a shot at the Boys TV show. Comes in two configurations, 64 gigabytes and 256. Starting price is $499. They have two models, cellular and Wi-Fi. Taking a look at the prices, you could get engravings, you can get Apple Pencils, all that. They got the Smart Folio. And of course, the price starts at $499. Now, the biggest upgrade, of course, is the display. That is using an 8.3-inch liquid retina display. It also adapted the Touch ID onto the side of the home button. It is paired with the A15 Bionic chip, so that was one of the reasons they held off from talking about the CPU if you were watching the show. They also have a 12-megapixel ultra-wide front camera, which they whole new spatial kind of technology with their camera themes. They also now support Apple Pencil second generation, and one of the biggest things that they talked about was USB Type-C is now on the iPad mini, and I think that it's very funny that they like to talk about. I think that that's one of the things that it's funny. They continue to troll the internet. They're using Lightning on iPhones, but not USB-C, which, of course, we know they're never going to go with USB-C. Real quickly, looking at the live stream, Siova is in the house. Peace, Siova. What is up, my man? We got David in the house. Tay says, I like the change to Type-C. Absolutely, that's a win for everybody. Apple Watts is in the house. David, you missed a live stream? No problem. I've got you covered, big man. And Apple Watts, I surprisingly am surprised that you were not invited here. So I am going to send you a link if you can make it. Absolutely stop on by, my friend. If you cannot make it, we are okay for next time. But real quickly, the iPad mini, of course, again, has changed the way we look at the mini tablet. And honestly, it's one of the iPads that I have personally enjoyed. I have always loved the iPad minis. I've never had any problems with the mini. I always felt there was a market for the mini. And this was one of them. So it is good to see Apple continue in stride with the Mini. And Galen's Gadget, it is good to see you, my friend. We got Ryan in the house. Good to see you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. And yeah, we'll talk about that in just a second. Don't worry, we got plenty of time. So that's the iPad mini. That is the big refresh to the mini that they have talked about. The next big upgrade is, of course, the affordable iPad. Now, every year, Apple continues to make the iPad, more and more better. And this year, it's the same as every year. It's not really the biggest thing in the world, but in regard to the iPad, this one now has an A13 Bionic chip. It now has a True Tone display. Now, one of the things that I was hoping for with the event was a laminated display. Now, a lot of people said that this iPad was going to feature a laminated display. I'm going to have to look more at the details. But again, this iPad mostly is the same that we know every year. It has the same features. It's got the same things that they do every year. But one of the big things is they upgraded the camera. So you can, again, get that ultra wide view stage. Again, it now has True Tone for more viewing experience. Some people are saying it's a laminated display because some people are arguing that if you look at it, but I still see some panel gaps in here. So I'm willing to bet this is not the laminated budget iPad. I think maybe next year they'll do it, but if they do it for this year, that'd be an amazing upgrade. And again, of course, the price remains at $329. Nothing big substantial here, so I'm going to just move on. But that was the iPads, the iPad mini and the budget iPad. And again, they are available. You can order them now, and they come in next week, so no problems there. Now let's take a look at the Apple Watch Series 7. Now this is very interesting as this is basically what I predicted Apple was going to do. We do know that Apple is still working on the displays for the Series 7, so they did push the delay. They did say it will be available later in the fall, so that is something that I was correct in saying. But one of the things that they also didn't do that a lot of people noted and are looking at Ming-Chi Kuo, Mark Gurman, and others, they're like, hold on a second, where's the redesign? Well, it looks like Apple pulled a Swiss ball, and it looks like they got the leakers right where they wanted them, because the only major redesign that we see is the screen itself, not the watch chassis, the screen itself. Now, this is a positive and a negative. A positive because if it works, just keep what works. You don't have to create problems by doing a whole new redesign. But also a negative because if you have the new iPhones with the rounded displays and a little bit more square design, it is going to feel a little bit out of place. But at the same breath, I don't think anybody really cares, and I think that it's going to be fine. Again, you got to be patient, my man. We're going to do this through a sequence, so we'll get there when we get there, my friend. We'll get there when we get to the iPhone, but we will talk about iOS 15. I believe they announced a schedule on the iPhone map. We are going to get to that in just a second. But taking a look again at Apple Watch Series 7, the biggest thing that I really enjoyed was the redesigned screen. I feel like the screen design is the biggest player here. But one of the big disappointments for me was the fact that they keep the Series 3 in the lineup. This makes absolutely no sense. This makes zero sense. How are you going to keep a watch? Now, I understand they want to show that these Apple Watches are built to last. I understand that they want to keep them in the loop, but come on. The Series 3 is one of the most inconsistent, one of the most ineligible devices to get software updates, one of the most ineligible devices you are going to see. And I'm not trying to take a shot here. I'm not, by no means am I trying to take a shot here at, Apple keeping the Series 3. If you could get a budget, device, that's good. But the Series 6 and the SE would have been fine on their own. You lower the price of the Series 6 and then you get the SE as the budget model. But I don't understand why they're keeping the Series 3. I get if they want to get more people in. It just does not make sense to me. I do not feel that that is something they should be doing. I feel like they should have replaced it. But again, the Series 7 is going to retain the price of the Series 6. You can still buy the Apple Watch Series 6 while they rely on. And of course, watchOS 8 is coming out in the fall. Now, of course, taking a look quickly at watchOS 8, it will be coming out on the 20th of September. So that is the first announcement for watchOS and the Apple Watch Series 7. A lot more health features, but one thing quickly to talk about before we move on to the iPhones. One thing I'm disappointed with the Apple Watch, in my opinion, is the battery life. The battery life is not good. I'm going to be honest. A lot of people say they get good battery life. I have not been able to get good battery life. I use the cellular model, and it's just not there for me. So I wished Apple had increased the battery in the Series 7. Alrighty, last thing to talk about. Now, one of the noticeable things that they didn't in feature was the redesigned AirPods. So that means they're going to push it, and now we're going to see this thing come out in October, which is going to literally kill longer event. Now, everybody watching the live stream, I want to ask you guys, what were your reactions so far to the stream? Did you enjoy the live stream? Did you enjoy the Apple event? Because I want to hear your thoughts. Now we get to the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 13 Pro. Now, right off the bat, I have got to say, Apple has done tremendous work with the whole iPhone. They have done tremendous. They have done a huge job with software and hardware integration. And the 13 Pro is really a culmination of all that and more. So we're going to talk about that in just a second. I am putting up a poll here real quickly. I'm going to put up a poll. I encourage you guys to vote. And the poll question is, what did you think of the new iPhones? Here we go. 1 second. I really gotta get these polls done. So here is the poll. Vote on it. Get your votes in. We'll see what we take a look at the polls at the end of the video. But let's start with the iPhone 13 and 13 mini. Now, of course, as speculated, they did go with the redesign, a more reduced notch. So we did see a new design, which is something that I give them a lot of credit for. They moved the cameras in a new angle to distinguish, for whatever reason, decided to put them vertically. They have the ceramic coating as usual. They do have the new A15 Bionic, and of course, they come in new colors. Now, I just got to go out on a limb real quick here and say I really like Apple's product red. I just wish that they made that color available for the Pro models. I feel like if they made a Pro red iPhone, I feel like everybody would buy that one. So I'm just saying, I wish they had a product red. Taking a look at the prices, they did remain the same. They remained at $699 and $799. The 13 mini and the 13 have a new battery. They have new performance. You get new configurations. Now the 512 gigabyte option. So let's say we went 128. And then if we take a look at the carrier deals, you can get $800 or more before trade-in. If you trade in, AT&T is going to give you special deals. They're going to make you pay $2.75. Yes, Tay, yes, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. I feel like they should be doing a product red iPhone. Absolutely. It would definitely be a great sell. Taking a look at Sprint, well, actually, we're not going to go there. Taking a look at T-Mobile, you get $700 credit after trading in. That includes $500 credit from T-Mobile. And Verizon, you will then be billed $4.12 a month after being traded in. So they will literally be taking a huge chunk of the costs. So if you go those routes, you can go there. So it's good to see that Apple is making partnerships with AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. Now we look at the Pro model. This thing is tremendous. I gotta say, Apple has outdone themselves in terms of camera technology and software and hardware integration. That cinematic mode was insane. That was insane. What they were able to do with cinematic mode for the iPhone 13 and also even the iPhone 13 Pro. But what they were able to do was incredible. And that might be a sell for a lot of the tech media because people aren't going to admit it, but one of the main reasons you buy an iPhone is for their camera, and this thing has it all. I cannot urge you guys, this camera system is amazing. Now, I do believe you can get that with the 12 Pro Max, but it's whether or not Apple is going to open that option for the Pro and Pro Max of the 12. I think the camera, yes, Isaiah, I think that is a fact. The camera is the selling point of the new iPhones, and it's 100% going to be one of the main reasons people upgrade. Now, for somebody like myself that has the 12 Pro Max, I just got the phone. It's only a year old. Do not need a new one, but it is, I gotta say, that Sierra blue, I'm a huge fan of blue. That blue is beautiful. Pacific blue is still great, but this is on a whole other level. This is a whole other level. Taking a look real quickly at the configurations, they do stay the same price at $999 and $1,099. You get a terabyte. They literally now feature a terabyte in an iPhone. Who is going to need a terabyte? And when I ask that question, somebody pops out and says they need a terabyte. So they have a terabyte. Taking a look again, you get, I gotta say, the trade-in values are amazing when you look at what they're going to offer you in terms of, I don't even know why Sprint is an option, Isaiah, but it's there if people are still somehow using it. Then, of course, you get, trade-in credit with all the carriers because they're going to be pushing their trade-in promotions. And even with all of the upgrades and everything, they're still selling a USB-C to Lightning cable in the box. And there's no charger in the box like last year's model. And this year's box apparently doesn't even come with plastic, which is good for the environment. But yeah, at this point, you might as well just put the phone. No accessories. Hell, don't even put paperwork. Don't even put a sticker in it. Just put the phone and that's it. Like, Apple is making their unboxings less and less enjoyable. I'm being honest. So overall, to round up this year's event, I think Apple. Real quickly, I apologize. iOS 15. The date of iOS 15 is coming out. I believe it's going to be the 20th for all. Yes. So every major OS is coming out on September 20th. So that is the date we're going to see all the softwares released. So it's 6 days from now. So that's okay. We can wait. I'm just curious if the Apple TV, if tvOS is going to get its upgrade, and also the Macs, because we do know Apple is probably going to delay their Mac Big Sur release probably a little bit later down the road. As a matter of fact, I think it actually might be available now. They say update now. We'll check that out real quickly. Sorry, guys. No, sorry. We're already on Big Sur, so what am I talking about? Yeah, they're gonna push their new Mac OS. I forgot the name of it. Regardless, overall, this was a good event. I am going to be honest with you guys. It did feel like deja vu. I feel like the iPhone 13 Pro's camera technology and software integration was definitely a main selling point. Melissa, good to see you. It's a good time to see you on my live stream. I'm definitely getting the iPhone 13. I'm going to get the iPad Mini 6 and 7 later on sometime. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I might actually end up getting the Mini for my mom. I'm going to upgrade her iPad. It is 4 years old, about to be 5 years, so she could definitely use an upgrade. But to round off this event, it definitely felt like deja vu, as we've seen all this before. This isn't something that we haven't seen before. They've said the same stuff about all their phones every year. But I think Apple really outdid themselves this year with the Apple Watch Series 7 with faster charging, bigger battery, or faster charging. Also outdoing themselves with the iPhone's software and hardware integration with camera technology. The iPad mini with a new A15 Bionic and USB Type-C. And then, of course, the budget iPad continuing to get boost in performance. So with all that out of the way, what do we have left for the end of the year? Well, of course, we will have the Mac event. So we're going to see, of course, the new M1X MacBook Pro. And then they're probably going to release the new AirPods. We'll probably see the new AirPods come out. And overall, to end up the poll, we are at 80%. So it looks like you guys enjoyed this event. So final verdict, I enjoyed it. I think it was a good event. And I am definitely going to be looking forward to what Apple does in October or November when we get there. And yeah, so let me know, you guys, down below. If you enjoyed this event, make sure to write in the comment section. Let's do a hashtag. Let's go hashtag Apple Fall, because, Apple Fall is the time of year. So hashtag Apple Fall. Thank you all for watching my recap show. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, guys, if you have not seen the latest episode of Technoid, please check out my episodes. For some reason, I think it's because school has started up. I think the views are a little bit down, but I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to continue making content for you guys, regardless of whatever happens. So definitely make sure to keep up to date with the show. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, you can hit the dislike button. That helps circulate my views as well. As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next episode. Let me hear your thoughts about the Apple event. Thank you for watching, and peace.